going on, guys? So this is my 1985 E30. I actually picked this thing up a few months ago. I got it from a buddy who's had it sitting for about 3 years. He actually got it bone stock with like 79,000 miles on it. It was an automatic. Got it from an older guy. He actually had it sitting there. He pulled the motor out, started shaving the engine bay. He ended up getting this motor for it and just dropped it in. Kind of didn't really do anything else with it. And when it came to the day to start it for the first time, it wasn't running right, and he thought it had low compression. So we actually did a compression test, and one of the cylinders was reading probably about like 10 or 15 PSI. It was extremely low. So we ended up just giving up on it and sold it. I bought it, and I pulled off the intake manifold, actually found a piece of the injector nozzle that fell off and was luckily stuck right above the valve. So I was actually able to pull that out and did another compression test. And it's perfect across the board. Motor starts, runs great, no problems. And it's kind of where I am with it now. When I bought it a few months ago, it was kind of like an unfinished swap. I had to basically hook up all the brake lines, get a brake booster for it, get a mass airflow sensor. Had to put the whole cooling system on it. Actually finished shaving the bay, made an exhaust for it because I had no headers on it. And so when I got it, the bay was kind of half shaved. I basically just finished what he left off. I ended up painting it this green color and then spraying it with some clear coat. And that's kind of how it looks like this now. And also when I got it, the whole car was tan. So I actually stripped the whole thing down, took off all the doors, fenders, hood, trunk lid, bumpers, and actually painted the whole car this Ford CX gray color. And this is how it looks. Came out pretty good. All in all, it only cost me about $100 to paint it. And he gave me brand new suspension with it too, that he actually bought when he got it a long time ago. They're Godspeed Mono RSs, so it's pretty much eBay coilovers, just higher end. They ride pretty nice. So I put those in it. Basically just finished up some of the suspension work. I put all new drilled and slotted rotors on it, brand new brake pads, basically get it road worthy. I also picked up these wheels from him too. He had them sitting in his grandfather's basement. They're 16 by 7 ARE 2-piece wheels. I picked them up from him, got a good deal on them too. They're wrapped in Yokohama S drives. They're all in pretty good shape, besides this one. I mean, it's a little cut up from rubbing. I ended up rolling the fenders, so I don't have that issue, but this is how the car looks. Like I said, it's 1985. I repainted the whole thing. I mean, it looks really good. It's not perfect, but for a $100 paint job, it's pretty damn good. So this is it. Show around. It does have some rust. There's some rot. I mean, right here. Right, there's a small rot hole, but what do you expect? It's probably about 40 years old, so. This is it. Back seats are in really good shape. This thing's a little chewed up back here, but is what it is. Tan interior. It's whatever. I kind of have to, when I put all the doors back on it, I didn't adjust them yet, so I just have to make them all shut properly. But I put my steering wheel in it. This is a Volante wheel. Cleaned all the seats, kind of shampooed the interior, brought it back to life. Has a crack-free dash. It's really common where we're located. All these dashes tend to crack. Because this is a M52 Swap, I have an E36. None of these gauges work. The only thing that does work is the fuel gauge. So what I ended up doing is ordering a temperature gauge because that was one of the key things I needed. I got a temp gauge and hooked that up. So I didn't want to tap into the ECU and accidentally fry it since it's like a special ECU. It's tuned, has some changes in it for basically a swap car, just get a little bit more power out of it. So what I did was I got a temperature sensor and put it in replacement of the there's supposed to be a fan switch here. It's like a temperature sensor, not an actual like reading. It's not an actual like temperature reading thing for a gauge. It just tells the fan to kick on and off. And I replaced it with a temperature sensor, and I have it hardwired to that gauge so I can get the temperatures and kind of see where we are. But yeah, so basically what I have to do now, which is kind of why I'm filming this, I have to pull this radiator back out. I have to do the water pump on it. So that's actually what's all over the ground. Water pump's just leaking coolant, and it's all over my garage floor. So I got easy access here. I pulled the grill off in there so I can kind of access through there. Replace the water pump. It's not really fun on these, but it's not too bad. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. The water pump should be in the next few days, so then I'll just pick up on this video as soon as the water pump comes in. I'll throw it on, but this is it. Kind of show you how it looks with the hood shut. Car came out really nice. Looks good. Has no grill on it right now, but looks pretty good. So All right, yeah, I'll pick up on this video in a few days as soon as the water pump comes in.